Here's a live look from the Country Club Plaza right now, where the mayor and the police chief are speaking with protesters gathered tonight. Let's listen in.
It was on good video, that's why.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree. You know, but I think that...
How many more lives have to die, though?
And I'm going to tell you, policing's a hard game, right? Nothing's easy. You're all human beings.
Some people, it's not.
And there's no doubt.
It might not be you. It might not be you, but some are corrupt. Some are very corrupt.
But you got, and as we talked earlier, you have got to give time for the process to work. So as frustrating it is, that's America.
Can we protest here and not get mace and hit with bullets?
And we have that.
Can we do that?
We do have that.
Let me, hey,
I can't hear you.
You're going to use tear gas tonight.
No, like I said, if there's no assaulting going on and all we're doing is talking and there's no use for tear gas. No one just wants to throw tear gas. Let's stop. Let's put this to rest. Listen, but when you get into a crowd, like right now, okay, we're all in a crowd, and Quinton here wants to start throwing rocks at us, and I'm standing next to him, and we tell you all to disperse, and no one goes, we have no choice but to handle that like we'd handle anything else. So what we're asking for you, if there is a bad apple, send them out. We'll arrest them, no problem. If there's someone throwing shit and you don't want it, throw them out. We'll take care of it. But I understand. I don't disagree. I don't disagree.
If you were, let's say,
you have a video of somebody throwing a rock at a police officer.
Yes, all kinds of it.
Show it.
Okay, we will. We're going to put it together. We're absolutely going to put it together. But we can't do it in 5 minutes.
Hey, let me take.
I am a daughter of a black man who was deaf. Do you know how hard that is? That is super duper hard. You know how communication is not apparent there? I have to constantly, I'm worried about my dad, especially when he's working. He's working for the Postal Service. He's been working there for years. Until this day, I still get worried about him because he is a 59-year-old man who is deaf. And not only that is he deaf, he is black. He cannot hear anything. So if he was to be pulled over, he's going to react how he's grown up to that. I have to be their translator whenever he's around, we're out and about, so that way there are no conflicts, so there's communication there. You guys do not understand that.
Oh no, we understand.
No, you don't.
It's scary. It's scary.
No, you don't. Because you do not have a black father who is deaf.
I do not.
So don't say that you understand.
Well, listen, I'm in charge of having those contacts every day. Do you think we don't think about that? Do you not?
Well, obviously you ain't proving it.
Well, okay, and that can be your take, and I understand that. But do you not think we sit down? All of last year was a whole court.
Sit down, but you ain't sitting down with the rest of the goddamn shit.
Can I finish? We sat down.
No, because apparently you ain't listening to all of us. You ain't listening to all of us.
We spent 4 hours last year on going over disabilities and contacts. Everything from autism to down to deaf to blind. We are very much.
Do your officers know sign language?
Some do. Some, just like some know Spanish or some know Russian, or Doa over here who speaks Arabic. You know, we have people of all types on the police department. So yes, we have officers with kids who are deaf. We have officers with kids who have Downs and autism. That's how we get a lot of our knowledge is, hey, my kid would spat off and go all excited and get all this. We get all of that knowledge. We want to treat people correctly. That's why we have this training. Does everything go right all the time? Absolutely not. I concede that a minute. If you're going to talk about the 1 million contacts this police department has a year with the public in Kansas City, not everything's going to go right. But to your point and everyone's point here, when it doesn't go right, there should be discussion about it. There should be follow-up and there should be accountability. No one's opposed to that. No one in this uniform is opposed to that. Maybe the person that did it is, but everyone else is about the same thing. We all want our profession to look good and to be good for the people we serve. We came here for a reason. We came here to serve the people. We did not come here to throw tear gas. That's not what we want to do.
Let me do one more. Hey, ma'am, we're going to do one more question. But what's your name?
Jayla Johnson.
Very nice.
Quinton.
Nice to see you.
What was the difference yesterday? Because I marched yesterday with no issues. Last night when it hit 8 o'clock, nobody was throwing anything.
Yeah, they were.
Why did you? You guys,
we have it on film. Kayla, I'm just going to tell you.
News last night.
I will tell you, Kayla, I'm live.
J Love with the J.
Sorry?
J-Love.
J-Love. Sorry, I apologize. When they were throwing it, even the reporter who was broadcasting live said they're throwing bottles at the police.
But didn't y'all shoot a Fox One cameraman with a rubber bullet yesterday?
Did we?
Yes.
Not that I know of. Not that I know of.
Y'all are the ones with the guns.
Okay, I'm sorry. You know, there was a lot going on. I'm not aware of any of that, okay? But I have not talked to every single police officer since yesterday.
But as a police officer, you're sitting in this area. Why are you not outraged by us begging for our lives? We want to live.
We're scared.
But here's the thing, right? We all, right? I mean, I felt everything that you felt when you were watching George Floyd and when you learn about every situation in Kansas City. That's what I'm trying to check. So I'm mayor now, right?
Black men die.
What are we gonna do about it?
We understand that. You have contact.
Yes.
You have contact.
Yes.
So where's the proof of what are you doing in the day? Are we doing battling?
That's what I'm trying to do right now.
How do we find resolve? Who cares? We see each other's perspective. We see each other's perspective, right? How do we find resolve? I want everyone to hear this.
But let me say something. If we're gonna make changes, you got to have discussion.
Yes,
and when
sir.
we yell back and forth, it doesn't let dialogue happen. So all I'm saying, everyone's had great questions. We're happy to answer them, but let's have dialogue, not
Everyone
screaming.
is just bitter back and forth. We're not. We're trying to be. Who's more angry? Who's more angry? No, can we just find resolve? That's
So how about this?
We want
I mean, because if we said we want resolve, right? I mean, I've heard people talk about body cameras. We want that, right?
Yeah.
That's a tangible, measurable thing that we can. I know, right? That's a measurable thing we can get, right? If we want to change use of force protocol, right, to make sure that we're not actually seeing somebody die, seeing somebody get killed under an officer's knee, right? That's the sort of measurable I want, and that's why we came here today, to make sure we can listen to those and get those measurables for you. That's the resolve I want. I heard my brother man left, but he said, look, man, we're going to keep protesting until we get these things. And he was talking about use of force. He was talking about body cams. He was talking about accountability. And maybe today we're not solving everything, but I want this to be assuming that we're starting at zero, because nothing's been fixed in 28 years since LA or whatever else.
Exactly.
Consider that we started at zero. Hopefully this is one. You got the police chief and you got the mayor standing here, listening right now, trying to learn. We know that we don't have the same experience as everybody else.
But you know what, man? This is Missouri. You're going to have to show me.
Right. I know that.
You're not from Kansas, are you?
That's right.
City. I'm from Missouri.
Show me.
I just want justice. I understand what you're doing.
Show me.
That's right.
You gotta show me.
That's right.
I'm ready.
If we are peacefully protesting, we'll do
Been doing a hell of a job.
Well, you
And I appreciate
Hey, give him a hand. Give him a hand.
I appreciate you.
Hey, so you know what? What's that?
Anything on the election tomorrow that we can vote for to help these kind of issues?
Everybody who can vote should vote tomorrow.
Hey, on the election.
Oh, there's
chief of police.
there's a fire sales tax.
Thank you.
There's a
Can y'all take a knee? Thank you.
You bet.
They'll show us that we can actually
You guys take a knee?
right direction.
You show us.
I
You
took
guys
one
take a knee.
yesterday. Hey, well, everybody with me.
Yeah, we all take a knee. Can y'all all take a knee?
Everybody.
I wanted you to hold it. I wanted you to hold it.
Let them hold it though. Let them hold it.
Hold it up.
Chief,
Hold it up.
I don't know where the front is.
Yeah.
because we want peace for everybody, all right?
Thank you. So what we take after y'all. Go ahead.
We're taking it.
We started somewhere.
All right, you ready?
And the knee has to, you gotta know what it means. It means that you are done with injustice.
Here, Chief, come around this way for us. Everybody, stay here. We're going to make sure they can see.
But y'all are just okay with them posting up with the shit.
All right.
What does this mean to you? What does this mean to you? What does it mean to you? What does this mean to you right now?
What does this mean to you right now?
Maybe just start.
Listen,
Everybody, we need a silence for George Floyd. Sorry, I couldn't get out. We need a moment of silence for George Floyd. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
George Floyd!
Want it back? Thank you so much.
Thank you all for being here.
Thank you all.